Hello, my name is Daniel A. Hawken. I'm a graduate student at the University of Buffalo studying library and information science. Welcome to my poster presentation of professional recommendations to improve systems serving my information user group, which is youth seeking mental health help. Desperately seeking help, the title of my poster is not in jest. The users I am studying are young people suffering from things like depression in the least and contemplating self-harm in the worst. Two professional recommendations, which I will explain in full later, would be to utilize search engine optimization and create purpose-built social networking sites to better serve the users. As I describe the information behaviors, barriers, and enablers, you could please feel free to see how these recommendations might well bridge the information gaps. As far as information behaviors, this group resembles young people all around the globe that have access to the internet and internet-connected devices. They crave privacy in their digital interactions. They are online at school and at home for several hours a day. According to a study in Australia by Pretorius, 99% of respondents had access to a cell phone. These young people are digital natives, and they are suffering not just from a mental health crisis, but also a failure in the systems and services that are targeted to serve them. According to a National Institute of Mental Health survey, 59% of youth in a study group with major depression did not receive any mental health treatment at all. So we have this group of young people ranging in age from 5 up till about 25. I looked at the research from across the English-speaking world that had studies in our databases. I did this to try to discover what mental health professionals and information scientists were doing in other parts of the world to reach their clients and see if anything could be adopted to the US. Several barriers were identified, information barriers identified including fear of stigma, lack of parental support, and strong desire for privacy. Media literacy can be seen as a barrier or enabler for these youth. As we talk about barriers, think about them in a context defined by the information gap as described by Dervin's sense-making theory. How to bridge the gaps, mind the gap. And when are the gaps available to bridge? For me, Carol Cothow's information search process and its zone of intervention during exploration phase gives me license to meet my clients metaphorically in that zone and alleviate their concerns with all the right answers. We'll get to more of that in the professional recommendations. As far as enablers go, we've got the internet at our fingertips, a cell phone or some digital device connected to the internet, and experience with social networking sites. According to Ridout, many youth are seeking information not just in search engines, but in actual social networking sites. Looking at the information behavior of youth seeking mental health help and contemplating their barriers and enablers in the context of Durbin and Colthow, my professional recommendations for two systems improvements would be: 1. Utilize search engine optimization to guide seekers to government or university-sponsored results. ASO, which is App Store Optimization, is equivalent to SEO, and we can utilize it to upload my second recommendation. A program in Australia that is acknowledged in a study by Campbell is said to have a high satisfaction for information seekers and used a broad SEO strategy utilizing social, visual, and affective, as well as diagnosis terms. SEO and ASO will bring trustworthy, pertinent websites and SNS to the top of a search page instead of being lost in the melee below the sponsored line. By utilizing SEO and ASO, I believe mental health professionals can bridge Durbin's information gap at the precise time that seekers are in Colthow's zone of intervention, and they are desperately seeking help. The goal is for our seekers to connect with safe, private, evidence-based services online, and SEO and ASO must be a part of mental health digital outreach. My second recommendation works in coordination with the first, a purpose-built social networking site, SNS, that incorporates the aspects identified by research as being desirable by the target audience and contributing to satisfaction in their information search. Many barriers can be overcome when these youth seek information from a trusted source, which then are able to ensure privacy, bypass stigma, bypass the need to travel, and connect with mental health professionals. In my research, I found that these seekers trust most digital applications with National Health Service logos or other government health service logos or trusted university logos associated with the site. They desire the opportunity to share their feelings with others, perhaps to even have an opportunity to game within the site. Pretorius reports highest satisfaction by those who searched online and used health-based website with aforementioned logos. In a study by Gilby, 60 to 80% of youth using a mental health website discontinued use for reasons such as low confidence in providers. Respondents in the same study also claimed that websites can be especially useful when they are specifically targeted to the audience. A purpose-built SNS, which has all these attributes and also incorporates artificial intelligence, could customize its responses and referrals. My user group, youth seeking mental health help, face serious barriers to obtaining and using information. Using IB theory, such as Kuhlthau and Durbin, I have identified 2 changes to information systems that could be implemented by healthcare professionals in their digital outreach to literally save lives. Mental health onset happens 75% of the time during a person's youth. I believe mental health professionals can reach these information users more effectively using SEO and ASO and by utilizing a purpose-built social networking site that could overcome almost all the barriers. Thank you.